Hello students, welcome to the lecture series of generic IKS, that is Indian Knowledge System. In this lecture series, we are going to learn the details of Gurukul system, that is ancient Indian education system. I am Professor Sameer Nerlekar and welcome. Before starting Gurukul system, let us try to understand what is Gurukul. So, in ancient India, the Guru was the person who was a teacher, but not only a teacher, but he was a friend, philosopher, and guide. He was a complete master for his disciples. Disciples means students. The meaning of Gurukul is the place where the Guru lives with his disciples and students. The other meaning of Gurukul is the family of the Guru, where all the disciples and Guru, they lived together, learned together, and they walked together on the path of the life. Now let us try to understand step by step what is ancient Indian education system, that is Gurukul system. Now the first topic in this lecture series is conceptual understanding of education in ancient India. Ancient Indian education began around 7,000 years back and was primarily oral, with knowledge passed down through dialogue, recitation, and memorization. In that period, no advanced techniques were used for the learning and teaching. Sometimes the writing material was also not available for the students to take the notes from the lectures. Whatever gurus were telling them, they have to memorize that, understand that, and they have to orally recite that so that they can understand, they can recall that knowledge again and again. So that was the traditional method of understanding and learning. It focused on the holistic development. Holistic development means overall development, a total development, not only whatever means in today's era, we just focus on the studies. Okay. So the overall personality development is very important for the life. So at that period, the education system was focused on the holistic development of the student, including physical, intellectual, emotional, and spiritual aspects, and imparted ethics like humanity, truthfulness, discipline, self-reliance, and respect for all creations. Education took place in a variety of settings, including ashrams, gurukuls, temples, and houses, and was often taught by sage and scholars. The Gurukul system was central to ancient Indian education, where students lived with their guru, means teacher, in the ashram or residential school and studied subject like Vedas. Vedas were the main source of learning. It was just like an encyclopedia or the knowledge hub for that time of students. The Gurukul system focused on holistic education and the imparting of values and life skills along with the academic learning. Subject Subjects taught in Gurukuls included Vedic scriptures, mathematics, astronomy, philosophy, ethics, warfare, and other practical skills relevant to that era. The curriculum aimed at providing a well-rounded education to the students. Students were usually selected based on their family background, social status, and willingness to commit to the religious lifestyle of a Gurukul. It was a privilege to study in Gurukul, and students had to demonstrate dedication and respect for their Guru. The Guru played a pivotal role. Pivotal means main role in a Gurukul system and a teacher, mentor, and spiritual guide. They were revered figure who imparted knowledge, values, and discipline to the students, shaping their overall character and personality. Various factors such as social changes, foreign invasions, and the induction of formal schooling system by colonial powers influenced the decline of the Gurukul system in ancient India. As a result, traditional Gurukuls gradually lost their prominence. The legacy of Gurukul education continues to inspire modern educational practices, highlighting the importance of personalized mentorship, experiential learning, and the deep bond between Guru and their Shishya. Other characteristics of ancient Indian education include strong student-teacher bond. Each student was assigned one teacher, and there was a profound bond between the two. Students would meet with their teachers personally to learn and receive instruction. Use of palm leaves and tree bark. These materials were used for writing. At that period, no paper and pen and pencil was available for writing, and no any devices like computers, tabs, they were also not available at that time. Okay, whatever natural sources were available, they were used for the learning process. Royal and state donations. Kings and royal families would donate their wealth to improve the quality and the education system. The second topic, essence of Gurukul system. Essence means in Hindi it is called as a SAR, means it is a core of the Gurukul system. What is the essence of Gurukul system? The Gurukul system was especially prevalent during the Vedic age. The system focused on holistic development, practical skills, and strong moral values. Residential schools, students lived with their teachers, means Guru, and follow students in a residential school called Gurukul. The term Gurukul literally means the family of the Guru. The curriculum. The curriculum included the Vedas and Shastras. Whatever knowledge was available at that time, it was given to the students in the form of Vedas and Shastras. The oldest scriptures of Hinduism as well as language and literature such as Sanskrit. Sanskrit was the base language for the education at that period. Students also learned about philosophy, art, craft, clay, modeling, theater, dance, and aerobics. So, with this, the overall development of the students was carried out. Holistic education. This is a very important point in the Gurukul system and the entire education system at in ancient India. That is holistic education. Holistic means in total, overall. Students were taught about value-based system, mindfulness, and spiritual awareness. They were also expected to cultivate virtues such as humanity, respect, integrity, and self-discipline. So they had to take oath about that they will follow all these things in their total curriculum. Close Guru Shishya relationship. This was a very important aspect of Gurukul system. The system emphasized the close relationship between the Guru and the students. Nowadays, there are so many students in schools or colleges. Sometimes teacher may not identify the students in a group of students. Who is this students? Okay, sometimes it happens because of the more number of students. It may happen that there will be no any personal connection between teacher and students. But at that time, every teacher or guru was personally connected with each and every disciple, that is Shishya, so that the system emphasized the close relationship between the guru and the student. Then now let us try to understand what was the criteria for the joining the Gurukul. Joining a Gurukul involved some rituals and the student's age. That was the basic criteria. Students were admitted at different ages depending on their family backgrounds. The Vedic school of thought prescribed that students should join before the age 8 years, but no later than 12 years. This was the eligibility criteria for joining the Gurukul. Students lived in Gurukul until they finished their education, which could take 6 to 24 years, depending upon the rules of that particular Gurukul. The years were varying. During their time, they were expected to live simple, disciplined lives and help their gurus with tasks like cleaning, drawing water, and working in the fields. So they learn each and everything about the daily life also. And with that, they learned the academic things also and some additional skills also. They also memorized lessons taught orally and studied subjects like Vedic literature, grammar, astronomy, medicine, music, architecture, and warfare. These were the main subjects which were taught in a Gurukul. When they finished their education, students would give their guru a donation called Guru Dakshina. This was the fee which was paid by the student after completion of the education. In modern education, what is happening? First, we have to pay the fees and then we get the admission to the school or college. But at that time, it was completely reverse. After finishing the education, uh, the disciple, he was by his means as per his choice, he has to pay some Guru Dakshina or fees to the Guru, which could include clothes, spices, or food. Not necessary that it should be in the form of money. It can be in the form of anything, just like clothes, spices, or foods. Some uh, lineages means in Hindi it is called as a vansh. Okay. Also required students to travel around the country for the same amount of the time as their studies for the collection of donations in the form of food or food grains. Means after completing the education, the students were allowed to travel around that particular area and collect the donation for the Gurukul, and they paid that particular thing as a Guru Dakshina. So this was the process. Now the topic 3 is role and importance of a Guru. A Guru is a teacher, counselor, and guide who can help people on their spiritual journey. Gurus can help students, means Shishya, develop their minds, realize their true selves, and overcome obstacles like ignorance and ego. Gurus use their spiritual, psychological, and practical insights to tailor instructions for their students. The relationship between a guru and student is usually built on trust, respect, and commitment from the both sides, of course. The guru's role is to guide and empower the student, but the student also needs to use critical thinking and discernment to integrate the techniques to their lives. The goal is for students to develop their own inner wisdom and experience of truth. Guru Dakshina is a tradition of expressing gratitude and respect to teacher or guru after a period of study or completion of formal education. It can also be an acknowledgement to a spiritual guide. The tradition is a form of reciprocity and exchange between guru and the disciple. The Sanskrit word dakshina has many meanings, including offering, giving, knowledge, and establishing oneself in a knowledge. In the context of Guru Dakshina, it can be a way to build a connection with a guru, express gratitude for the blessings, teachings, and breakthroughs, and sustain the guru's work. Guru Dakshina is not mandatory, but it expected and can be in the form of anything from the material gift to a vow of lifelong service to the Guru. The tradition has a long and rich history in ancient India with many stories and historical accounts highlighting its importance. Now the topic 4 is students in Gurukul. Gurukul students means Shishya lived with their teachers or gurus and were considered part of their guru's family. The guru was the ultimate authority. The daily routine of Shishyas or student in the ancient Indian Gurukul or residential school was strict and structured. Now, let us see what was the daily routine, what was the timetable for the student for the complete day. In morning, students would wake up at 5 a.m. and perform morning rituals like Ganga Snan and Surya Namaskar at sunrise. Class. Students would study text or classwork until pre-noon. Lunch, students would perform madhukari, means collecting donations in the form of food for lunch and dinner. Then rest, students would get an hour for rest. Then work experience, students would do some practical work, and at the end of the day, they had their dinner. Students would eat dinner and then be allowed to sleep. So this was the complete routine of the students at the Gurukul. Now the last topic of this lecture, that is curriculum in the Gurukul system. The curriculum of the Gurukul system of education in ancient India was holistic and comprehensive, covering a wide range of subjects. The main subject was a Vedic literature, including the Vedas, the oldest layer of Sanskrit literature. Then language studies, including Sanskrit language and its grammar. Sciences, including astronomy, mathematics, and Ayurveda, that is a branch of medicine. Then philosophy, which included Darshan Shastra. Then social sciences, including Arthashastra, means economics, political science, and administration. Then meditation, including yoga, sadhana, arts, including music, dance, painting, calligraphy, carpentry, pottery, and weaving. So all those things were taught to the students, by which the overall development of the student was carried out. Then a very important subject they were learning in the Gurukul, that was physical education, including defense studies. The curriculum was based on experiential learning and practice, and students were taught through lectures, recitations, and hands-on activities. The goal was to develop a well-rounded understanding of various disciplines and to help students learn self-discipline, politeness, good humanism, and spirituality. The Guru was also responsible for ensuring that students followed values of honesty, compassion, and self-control, and placed a great emphasis on physical fitness. So here we end to this particular lecture of the lecture series based on Indian knowledge system, and our topic is Gurukul, ancient Indian education system. Thank you.